Okay, this is the final room in the barn. This room has had many uses. I believe they did laundry in here at one time when it was the Russian Bear. There was also a kitchen set up in here. And the last man who owned it had his antique toys stored back here to keep them out of light. This room is definitely made after the barn because you can tell it's got 2x4 construction. And so, although the 2x4s are kind of a different size than our current 2x4, so that would also date it. Although I'm not an expert at this, so I'm sure some of you watching would know more about that than me. But basically, when we moved in, this room had linoleum on much of the floor, and it was this really cool old linoleum. I took pictures of it, but it did have to go. As we peeled up the linoleum, we saw 2 layers of linoleum. One was probably done in the 70s. It was a white with gold flecks, kind of a pattern. And the other one was definitely done in the 1930s or late 1920s. Underneath that linoleum was 1927 newspaper that they used to insulate. So I can see that the Mammadovs came in here and they laid down their newspaper and then they put the linoleum on top of that and did whatever they needed to do in here. So we cleaned that all up. A lot of the newspaper was moldy and it had to go, but we saved as much as we could. We have a box full of the newspaper, and some of it it was in really good shape. So the newspaper was from 1927, and that tells me when they made this into another room. So Tom had to pick up some of the floor. Some of the floor was rotting, so right now he's in the process of fixing those floorboards that were rotting out, replacing them. And then we're gonna take a pile. We have a pile right over here. You can see of 1/4-inch plywood that we're gonna be laying over the floor. And I'm gonna be painting. Or I'm gonna be decoupaging some of that. Come on in. Decoupaging some of that newspaper on there. So my ideal for this room, I have a lot of ideals, and I'm told I can't do my ideals at this point. So we're gonna make do with what we have. Oh, you're good. That's good. Look at that. Wow. Score you. My husband is a pretty good carpenter here. So anyway, I would like to change out those windows into something bigger because we have beautiful views. I'd love to see some nice breezes come in here. And we're gonna build a little potty room in here with a compost toilet. Kind of treat it like a tiny house. If we wanted, we could build a sleeping loft in here. I don't think at this time we're going to. Basically, we're going to just build a little potty room. We're gonna put in that plywood floor. We're gonna spray the whole place down with some paint, scrape off some of that old I don't want to talk while he's remembering measurements. Scrape off some of that old paint. You can see that there was pink in here, then there was white painted over the pink, and at one time there was a green in here. So, and I see some blue paint. So there have been a lot of different colors of paint going on in here. See that blue over there, those lines? So they've done a lot in here at the time. So we're just gonna work on the windows. We're gonna get them open, get them fixed, and paint the whole thing. And then we're gonna set up a little guest house in here for now. And then later on, hopefully we can come and insulate it, change out the windows, maybe build a loft, maybe get some real plumbing in here. A little kitchenette would be nice. So that's my plan for this room. But right now we just have to get the plywood laid down there, and we have to build a wall on this side. If you can, I don't know, I'm gonna very carefully move this over without getting you sick. Right over here, you can see there once was a barn door. So that's off, and they kind of just threw some wood up there, so that has to be fixed, and we'll put a little wall in there. But I think this is going to be super cute when we're done, and I will of course show you the video when we're done with this, because this is going to be a great place for some of my friends to hang out. Okay, we're going to take you into a different room now. See you later. All right, here's a final look at the pink room that is now the green room. We got this great paint at Lowe's on the mistake aisle for 10 bucks, and then we got a $10 rebate, so we got it for free. I took 2 cans of the green paint that they had there, and it wasn't the right color, and I found a can of red paint they had there, and I mixed it with the red to tone it down and gray it out a little bit, and I think it looks great. Got nice blankies up there for the colder weather, and the cold too. I could put a little wood stove out here, and I think that would warm up the room really nicely. Stole a lot of furniture from inside of my house. Put up a few Christmas lights for fun. I really wanted it to have that campy vibe. So I have my super cool Coca-Cola sign that I love. It has bullet holes in it, which is kind of appropriate because they like to practice target practice out in the backwoods. So we haven't put the windows in yet. We do have the screens in though to keep the critters out. And every night I come in and I spray it with peppermint essential oil to keep any little teeny mice critters out of here, because I don't want them finding this to be a good home. So I've got a queen size bed back there, a chest of drawers, TV cabinet, lots of seating, and then a full-size bed over here. I still have some electrical work to do here. As you can see, I don't really have everything all hooked up yet. Some of the newspapers that I found on the floor of this room from 1927. My cool bear painting from the Salvation Army. My grandmother and her friends up there in that picture on the TV. I'm going to try to do this without getting you sick. And without breaking my neck. It's a little hard. Alright, so see, I have that really cool blonde piece of furniture back from the 50s and 60s. So what I tried to do was just take every era and throw it in here like a mismatched idea. This bed is actually from Amazon and it was brand new, but you can get it super cheap on Amazon. It's like $165. And then this old cabinet from my friends. Cool repurposed pail into a light. If I can zoom, it's not going to let me zoom in. Some old skis, so I'm going to slowly turn you around. So we're loving this room so much, we just want to put a TV in here and sit out here and watch movies together as a family. We don't actually have a place that we do that in the house. We don't have time to watch anything. But once in a while, it's fun. So we have to put a screen door yet on there, but we have a table for eating, and pretty much you can have as much fun out here as you want. Guests would love this. You have a place to hang and separate from the house. So that is the look at that first ugly room and how it's transformed, and I'm really happy about it. Thanks for watching.